What's up? Episode 12.
Dude.
We get on. We saw movies. There were movies in the theater that we saw this week.
We did talk about it last week. Can we just talk about how we're on episode 12?
Whoa.
Ty, the first episode we recorded, we weren't sure how this was going to go because I went to DC for a month.
Yep.
Rob and Scully are down there for 2 months.
I know.
Like, this is where, I mean, look,
episode 12,
other people have like 50, 100, you know, they're at like 1,000 episodes.
Gotta start somewhere, baby.
We've been doing consistently an episode every single week.
No matter how late it is. It's what?
Right.
10:30 right now. I gotta edit this tonight. I gotta be up by 6.
On a Monday night.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm working 6 days a week, working a minimum of 10
Cheek
hours.
is chugging chocolate
He's
syrup.
literally chugging chocolate syrup.
Are you kidding me?
But like, the dedication. I mean, and it's crazy because I put a TikTok out, and you duetted the TikTok. Hey, you know, props. You finally did it. You finally did it.
I know.
But no one's still following party._chat. The official Instagram.
They're following my TikTok. That's where they're going.
Yes, Ty does a lot of, so if you want to know before we video, Ty does a lot of breakdowns, YouTube videos, antics, just breaking the stuff down, and you'll get a lot more detail because we kind of do like bullet point stuff as we go. But
yeah, we got a lot of stuff. Netflix show release. We went to the movies. Apex coming out. We got an exclusive interview with the cast of Shadow and Bones. Like, it's a great episode.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video yet, so I'm excited to see it.
Things didn't go quite as planned when I went to interview them. It was kind of crazy, but you know what? It's off Shadow and Bones. New Netflix series.
Can you explain that a little bit? Because I've asked you like 10 times off camera.
Yeah.
And I'm still not registering what it is for some reason.
So I'm still actually watching the show. I'm about 4 or 5 episodes.
So it is out.
And it is out on Netflix.
Okay, so I'll watch it tonight.
And what it seems to be going on is the human race versus monsters, demons, whatever you want to call them, inside this dark realm. The dark realm seems to be slowly taking over Earth or whatever planet they're on to pretty much stop it.
I would hope it's Earth.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where they are, but there's like different factions of humans. You get, I forgot the name, but like normal humans with like no powers. They're usually used for like tracking stuff. They're used for like sailing ships, making maps, cartography.
It's kind of like everyone has a job that they're kind of given.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you have people with actual powers. Maybe they can control wind, some fireballs, stuff like that. And they're kind of looked as higher up as royalty and stuff like that.
Like a heroic power, you could say, is kind of like you're gonna look better.
Sort of maybe like a My Hero type of thing.
Right, like a stronger kind of power.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's one of those shows. There's 3 different stories going on at one time, and they're all going to correlate at the end. I can feel like.
Okay.
There's this one girl. She's called the Sunsetter, and she just realized her powers. And what she does is her power is light. So it literally contradicts the darkness. Again, I'm not that far in to see how she uses it yet.
Good, then you can't spoil it for anyone else.
I know. But now she's just training with it right now, trying to make it grow, trying to see where she can get with it. And it's actually pretty good. And it has like a nice pirate vibe to it, which is why originally I wanted
pirate theme?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like pirate time, stuff like that. And that's kind of really what I wanted because I was actually really excited to watch.
Right, pirate themed movies and shows can be extreme. I mean, look at Pirates of the Caribbean.
I love them.
If you do it right, they're really good.
Yeah, they're really good. I love them, honestly. And I went, I slid in a couple DMs. I was like, hey, can we get an exclusive interview? And, I kind of went out there trying to get an interview. And it's probably easier if I just roll the clip, honestly, because I was like, let's see how it goes. And it didn't go quite as planned. I almost died.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm the reporter, Tyler. I'm here for the exclusive interview with the cast of Shadow and Bones. We talked about it. I named you guys.
That's the boat behind you, Lassie.
That's that boat over there? What's this boat?
This is an actual bloody pirate ship, and I'm the captain.
You're actual sword-fighting pirates.
Yeah, we're gonna kill you. You're Jack.
No, I'm a pirate.
Oh, you're a pirate?
Let's go hunt some booty.
That's an Australian accent.
No, this isn't an Australian accent.
You can't fool us. You're dead, kid.
The pirate voice.
I was dead.
Why are you wearing cheetah print?
No, why am I wearing cheetah print?
You look ridiculous.
There's only the baddest of bad. Why?
You're gonna die. Gut him like a fish, boys!
Gut me. No, put this
3,
we don't need that.
2, walk the plank, kid! Get him!
Oh man, that was tragic. I literally had to flee with my life. Honestly, after that encounter, I got stuck in the ocean and had to call my good buddy Michael Phelps. He swam all the way out and he gave me a piggyback all the ride back to shore. Jim. That was Jim's first time seeing it, actually. He didn't get to see the report. Yeah, I got no actual information from them because I snuck aboard an actual pirate ship. Little did I know. They don't like cheetah print swim trunks. Who would have thought?
We're not going to talk about that.
Whoa, what's up?
We're not talking
What's
about
up, Jim?
that.
You jealous you weren't there?
Okay.
Jim's gonna call me on the next interview.
I knew something was up.
Oh my goodness. Whew.
Why? Of all things, why did you couldn't get Cheat to help you with the other voice or something?
No, that wasn't me.
Okay.
Nope.
Cheat.
Haters say that was me.
Did
Wasn't
you
me.
see this video?
Nope. Haters say it hit. That was an actual pirate.
Do yourself a favor.
That was an actual pirate.
And don't watch it.
No, that was an actual pirate. Yeah, it was crazy. I fought off a whole pirate crew by myself to get exclusive interview for Party Chat. Man, I am a savage.
That was so bad.
What? Yeah.
That was so
What happened? And my cameraman wasn't there. I had to vlog it. I vlogged the pirate excursion.
Why did you choose Cheetah Print?
What do you mean? I was supposed to wear cheetah print to the cast. That way they knew who I was.
Don't watch it, G. Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna watch the show now. That was just bad.
Haters say that was my voice on a real pirate. No,
10.
real pirate.
That was terrible.
No,
That
real-
was.
Real pirate.
You know what?
Signal at sea is not very good. That's what it was.
So talking about 10 out of 10, we've talked about. I can't get over that. That was just. So we've talked about your grading scale for a movie.
Yeah.
You actually, so you showed this to me after we watched Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
And it's not what it sounds like. So
No.
So normally a grading scale is 10 is going to be the best, right? And you base it on like, you know, like, oh, 1 out of 10, like what do you rate that girl or what do you rate that guy, or like, you know, 1 out of 10, how was that food, how was that drink, that. So yours is actually different. It's 1 out of 6.
Yeah.
Explain it a little bit, because I was a little, I had to read it.
And it's more based off like scenarios, so I'll kind of take it slow. My first highest rating is like, whoever we're doing is fantastic, marvelous, blissful. The movie was just great. I enjoyed it. The rest are a little, I don't want to say complicated. It's more like when someone asks me if they should watch a movie, this is typically what I give them. So my number 2. My number 2, which is what I gave actually Demon Slayer on my review that I put up, it's worth buying and worth rewatching in theaters. Meaning, the movie is good. You don't go rewatch a movie in theaters if it's not good, and you're not going to buy it if you don't enjoy it. That's how I give my number 2. That makes it a great movie, a good movie. It's maybe not all the way up there, but it was definitely enjoyable. And if someone asked me to go watch it again, I'd probably say yes.
Right.
Number 3 is kind of a, don't rush to go out and see this. If you're bored, you have nothing to do, you're like, hey, I have $15, I want to go watch a movie. Right. Go watch it. In the end, you're not really missing much if you don't, but you're not losing anything if you go and watch it.
Which, going off of your grading scale,
that's what I give Mortal Kombat. Yep, I agree with that one. Number 4, this is kind of the movie, just put it in the background, or come out for streaming services. You don't need to go buy it in theaters. I wouldn't waste your money on it. It's one of those things, I'm gonna clean the house, let me throw this movie on in the background. Or like, this movie got bad reviews, I'm gonna wait for it to come out on Netflix, on Hulu, whatever, then I'll watch it and I'll have to go pay extra money to see it in theaters. Number 5, my next lowest is, I would want my money back if I watched this movie.
Yeah.
Like, there's some movies where I go and I'm like, why did I just waste my money on this? And I'm actually mad. Right. Like, I would literally want my money back. And the last one is, the movie is just selling. It's literally cap. Like, why is this thing even made? Right. Don't watch this. If you watch this, you're a loser. It's awful.
Yours is a 1 out of 6, and it's it gets worse as.
Yeah, it's more like.
Which when I was reading the thing, it made sense because it's like when like you're telling people like, oh, you know, if you really enjoyed a movie, you tell the people you're like 10 out of 10 would watch again. Yeah. That kind of thing. So like your number 2, which I think is, you know, would watch again. Yeah. That's where I was kind of like, okay, this is what you're basing your scale off of. Let's explain that on the podcast. Yeah. Because when you said like you're making your own grading scale, I think I explained this to you. My nose is stuffy. I think I explained this to you where I was like, my assumption is you're breaking down like plot the graphics that they use, CGI, the storyline, like the action, how they use their things, like breaking it down, like as a critic would.
Yep.
So like I was kind of surprised to see how you broke it down.
Yeah, people tend to just give stuff. Should I watch this movie? I give it a 7. We discussed like Demon Slayer, Mortal Kombat, another movie you and Cheek were talking about, Divergent, and all of them gave a 7, 7.5. It's just a natural number people go to, and it's just like, does that mean I watch it? Does that mean I don't? And it's like, I find this to be more helpful, more useful for my rating scale and where I would go and what I would do with it.
Right. While we're talking about movies, I want to talk about Snyder Cut. I know we have this in.
Apparently underperformed with
I wanted to
HBO
skip
Max.
over our next 2 points.
Yeah.
Snyder Cut, just because we're on the topic. So HBO said that Snyder Cut underperformed for their HBO Max subscriptions. So
it's odd.
Like, the best way to describe that is like they expected this many subscribers to come in, whether that was a realistic or unrealistic number. I don't know, but it underperformed, which
I'm shocked.
I mean, what's coming out on HBO Max this year? We have a
There's
list.
a lot.
We have a list on another episode.
You have
like
Dune. You have Space Jam. You had Snyder Cut. You had
Godzilla versus
King Kong.
There was
Quiet Place 2, maybe.
Quiet Place 2. There was the other movie that you said reminded you of Mad Max.
Dune, maybe is what it was.
Dune?
Yeah.
Oh, you already said that.
Yeah.
I thought you said Dune.
No, Dune.
Dune's getting its own
D-U-N-E.
Yeah. I just kind of don't. But
I didn't buy
see
it.
how that works.
I don't know how.
Maybe,
I don't know how.
Because I feel like if you're going to get an HBO Max subscription, you're going to get it at Snyder Cut. Keep it through Godzilla vs. Kong.
And maybe renew it for MK, maybe not.
MK, if you kept it through MK, then maybe you keep it for whatever the next one is. I think the next one's Space Jam.
Yeah, not too
Which
much.
I'm sorry, but like, even for this, I don't know.
I
don't know if I'm watching that movie.
If someone pays for my ticket or something, I'd
I'm
watch
not watching it in theaters.
But like,
not a chance.
Other than that, I'm not really.
I have HBO Max at my house, and I'm not paying for it, and it's on our living room TV. So if it's on, I'll watch it. But
yeah,
I wanted to jump on that just before because I find that
shocking,
so hard to believe.
MK apparently beat it out box office wise. Oh no, that was Demon Slayer. My bad.
Yeah, we'll get to that because that's cap. That's cap. COD Season 3 dropped. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this.
Pretty big update.
Look,
I've been playing a lot of
not
APEX.
where it's at.
Yeah.
I think I said this in the last one. My brother swears that this is like one of the best Call of Duties to release, and I'm sorry. I
put him in a BO2 lobby with me. BO1.
He holds it second only to Black Ops 2, which my favorite games weren't exactly fan favorites. So like, I'll be the first one to say,
Ghost.
Go.
That was dog.
So I'll finish my sentence. Go ahead and disregard what I'm about to say, but like, I don't like Cold War. I think it's fun. Me and Dalton, okay, maybe not fun, just because it's always sweaty. But me and Dalton agree, like, when it comes to gaming, like, yeah, you see a difference in graphics and everything, but,
that's insane.
With Modern Warfare and everything, like, I like Modern Warfare over Cold War. It's a newer Call of Duty. I like the way Cold War feels, if that makes sense. Like, it reminds me of Black Ops, but these newer CODs, man, it's not where it's at. And I'm probably, like, not going to be in a rush to get back into that. Like, I think we've been talking about it. Like, we're just not playing COD as much. And we're kind of waiting for that, like, multiplayer survival game, which,
I wouldn't mind.
The Day After Tomorrow?
Yeah, something like that.
That's the one we talked about. I can't wait for that. That looks good. I'm not feeling COD. Like, we've been playing Apex. I've been jumping on Destiny 2, I said, a little bit. Yeah. Just kind of, like, running some Crucible. I might run a Strike here and there, but I'm not really doing any, like, Season Pass or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, because I think I bought it. I think I might have bought it. I'm not sure. I don't remember. If I did, I might need to start grinding that again.
Yeah, but big news for Ape. I mean, COD is still massively growing. They dropped an awesome
COD
trailer,
Season
honestly.
3 dropped. COD Season 3 is out. Go ahead and play it. Let us know what you
Warzone
think.
stuff, new maps,
I
games,
mean,
weapons.
we've mentioned our Instagrams a lot personally. There's also the party chat Instagram. It's party._chat. You can let us know what you think because we're probably not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Like,
we'll talk a little bit, but
we might mention like major things here or there, but like we're not going to break it down like we have.
yeah.
Like I think in one episode we talked about like all of the
Weapons,
things that they're
stats,
just coming out with.
Sways, drop off.
I will say that I do think transit is still happening. I think that they are leading more and more into that.
Could be a third. Could be a third.
But Apex.
Apex, big season.
things.
Big season. Apex Legacy is what they're calling it.
Yes.
Bringing a new legend, new map changes. Olympus is getting overrun.
Okay.
Floating City, it's kind of odd. It's getting overrun with kind of like weeds, branches, trees, stuff like that. So it'll be kind of overgrown. Excited to see how they do that. Could be interesting. One of the major things coming out, arena mode.
Yes. I have seen this.
3v3 Trials of Osiris Valorant mixed
Store kind
together.
of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you can give you like a bank account with so much funding.
Yeah.
And you can like kind of purchase weapons.
You have 500
armor,
points.
stuff
Buy
like
a
that.
gun for 150. Buy abilities for 200 points. Whatever. And then when your money's out for the round, it's out. Your weapons, gun, ammo, abilities, whatever you buy, does not carry over to the next round.
Which, if you think about it, like I feel like this is going to evolve very quickly because if it's kind of hard to like compare it to anything else because you could see like everyone's gonna buy a gun,
Trials and Valorant. Yeah.
obviously, but if you're buying abilities, I mean that's massive. Like if you're Bloodhound without your scan, what's the point of being Bloodhound?
Exactly.
If you're Revenant without your and imagine that. I mean, if you're Revenant, right then and there, if you buy your LB ability, your immediate, which I think in that situation would be way more important than buying your ultimate. If you can buy your ultimate,
Yeah. If you can suppress them.
if you can suppress their ability, then that's just points that they wasted that they're not using on something. And it might not get to that point at first, but if they stick with this and they kind of like let it evolve and let the
It's going to be its own separate thing.
yeah, if they let the like players themselves tactically evolve with how long it stays in, this will be extremely sweaty.
Yeah, I'm actually excited. It gives me that Trials vibe, and Trials is where I started, like, I guess my competitive sweaty journey is from there. 3v3 abilities, space. Now, Trials is a little bit different, of course. And Destiny, I don't know why my game knowledge in Destiny was just off the charts for some reason. I'm playing so much. But I'm excited for this. New legends you don't normally see in the Battle Royale are going to become key and stuff in the normal mode. What if Rampart starts dropping her ult, starts dropping shields? Is that more useful in Bloodhound with only one scan?
Right.
Would you, or Horizon, or not Horizon, I'm sorry.
This is going to become, and the crazy part
Tactical,
is,
very tactical.
it's going to become very tactical, but you're going to have, I can't English the past few days. I literally said this right before the podcast. I don't know why the past few days.
Object! Okay.
The past few days, I have been like struggling just with basic words, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it's because I'm tired. I'm not getting a lot of sleep.
You brush your teeth with a bottle of Jack when you wake up.
Yeah, definitely. Just dip the toothbrush in the bottle and just start going. That's how I start my day off as an alcoholic. Yeah. No, so I feel like, and there's ways to learn. Everyone has a habit on how they play. That's why, like, when I play Siege offensively, I don't really rotate the one character. I like to kind of adapt how the defense is playing and how my teammates are playing. So, like, I have a lot of characters that I'm okay with, and I have a lot of characters that I'm good with, but I don't main anyone, because a lot of characters I'm good with...
Yeah.
Oh, zoom in issue. Come on.
There we go.
Bring it back.
Camera
There we
blurry.
go.
Jim was looking cute for a second when it was blurry. Back to normal, he's ugly.
I mean, you're not far off. It's a matter of just, like... Even in Siege, like, you realize that everyone has tactical habits. I can't. Like, dude, I'm sorry. You're already like down here because of that video in the beginning, so you gotta take it easy. You'll see, like, I'll run. There's probably always going to be a Caviera. If one person picks Cav in the beginning and they start on defense, you can probably bank that there's going to be a Cav.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Like, someone, if they run a cap can, they might like running trap operators, right? Or they might like running roamers and roam as cap can, because that's actually a thing for people who don't think it's a thing. And if you can figure that out and figure out how to read people, then this Apex thing is going to be ridiculous. And you're either going to get murked and not stand a chance, or you're going to be able to hold your own and combat like these extremely tactical teams.
Yeah, and the question is, do abilities recharge throughout the match? If I buy Rate's Invis thing and I use it once, is it gone the whole match, or does it recharge?
Well, I feel like if you buy the ability, you probably hang on to it. I would think.
I would think for the whole match, but who knows?
Because, I mean, we could be talking like 10-minute long matches.
I know.
Honestly, like, I mean, how long do these
there's no, when you're fully knocked down and eliminated, you're down. There's no revive station, but you can res in this game mode.
Right, so, like, you're knocked, but you're not dead.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. No, then these could be extremely long matches. Yeah. I would assume that the ability goes, because then at that point, I mean, look at your things like
up to 9 rounds,
right? But even in a single round, look at like my point earlier, Bloodhound and Revenant. Mm-hmm. Like if Bloodhound doesn't use his ability, and I'm Revenant, and I just knocked out his ability, if we don't wipe him out right then and there, by the time that my ability is done, then Bloodhound has a scan, and there's no. And, I mean, same, vice versa. Like, if I already used my scan, but Revenant didn't block any of my teammates' abilities, like, if they repositioned because we tried to get the upper hand, then what was the point of having my scan? What was the point of using the ability?
Yeah.
So I would assume that they regenerate just like regular.
Like, is Lifeline going to be key in this game mode for reses?
Apparently
her buff is, like, 60% faster.
Wasn't she getting nerfed?
They took away the shield, and they're changing it with the 60% faster revive. I don't know if I'm going to like it.
So it's just going to be a straight res with no shield.
I don't know how I'll like it.
Res.
Yeah, I'll have to see how fast it is or not.
That's just going to be key on making sure that you get the res behind cover then.
I know. We'll see. I'm excited. It drops soon. Like, first week of May, I think.
Yeah.
First or second week of May.
We'll definitely be toying around with that.
It'll be on stream and stuff as well.
I was surprised you guys were streaming last night when we were playing, right?
Yeah, it's just.
I didn't realize that. I just jumped on Twitch. I was like, oh, they're streaming. We're gonna kind of jump ship here on that. And Russell Crowe, Thor: Love and Thunder. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't remember if we mentioned this in last week's episode.
I don't remember either.
He's added to the cast.
Good actor. He's playing Zeus.
Zeus. Which, can we just talk about that? Thor is a Greek mythological.
Mitochondria?
Thor is a Greek mythological character, and Zeus is also
God of Thunder.
Yeah.
By my beard.
But like, wait, is Thor? No, Thor's Norse. I'm dumb. Thor's Norse. Zeus is Greek. That's why that didn't make sense. So you're going to start to see some of these clashing.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Right. I'm excited. He's a good actor, like you said. Yeah. I think he'll do a good job at this. Conjuring trailer, because we need to start going through these because we have some things to say about these next two.
Conjuring trailer, if any of you watch the Conjuring series, it's based off of quote unquote real life events that have happened and kind of turned into
obviously
Ed and Lorraine, I forgot their last name, Warrens.
Yes.
So the story of the Warrens and their quote unquote journey with the uncanny, the mythological,
it's not just me. You see that?
Mythological is a word.
Yeah, no, I know, but you struggle a little bit.
Nope.
Okay. Yes. So these are true stories.
Yeah.
From there, this is how they describe what went down.
Yeah, and I believe it's directed by James Wan, someone to be called one of the masterminds of directing horror movies. He directed the other ones as well.
So you've seen 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
I know I have. So 1 is by far
one of my favorite horror films.
Better than 2.
One of my favorite horror films. I'm just gonna put that out there.
2 just seemed like they tried to get to the point way too quick.
Yeah, it was still a good movie.
It was.
I still
I'm not
recommend
saying it was bad, but 1 was better than 2.
Yeah.
Watching this trailer, I have high expectations.
It's been a while, 5 years.
I have high expectations
5 years.
for number 3. Unless this is another thing in like what they did with Nun, where they like push everything out in the trailer.
Please,
I
no.
have high expectations for 3.
Please, no. I'm very excited. Good 3-minute long trailer gives you a good idea of what's going on. I'm excited for it. But we're going to hop into our movie reviews for Demon Slayer and
Yes,
MK.
that's kind of like, but actually before we do this, so the last 2 things we have are the Demon Slayer and MK movie. We are not doing a Falcon Winter Soldier review.
Yeah.
I was surprised you didn't shoot this down. I was actually kind of glad you did. I had this idea. We are going to do the Falcon Winter Soldier season finale or series finale review next week. But next week is actually going to be an MCU-based thing because we're going to have a few week-long gap before we get into Loki and Black Widow. We're going to kind of we're going to start off with what we normally end our episodes with. We're going to break down the series finale. And then we are going to talk about the information that we have thus far for like Doctor Strange, Spider-Man 3, and where WandaVision left off, where Falcon Winter Soldier left off, and like we're gonna kind of like discuss where we think like what we expect, what we want to see, and where we like honestly think the MCU is going.
If you do want my review early, will be putting my personal thoughts out on my YouTube channel, followed by my TikTok already has the following reviews for Demon Slayer, not MK yet, and also has Falcon and the Winter Soldier is also up on there for my 60-second review for that.
Yeah, Ty does a lot of this stuff
usually
normally, so if you want more of his personal opinion, you can find it.
My TikTok's usually quick to the point, 60 seconds, here's what it is. If you want a more in-depth one, my YouTube channel has the following stuff more in depth, more skits, more funny, more.
And I just put it out here.
Jim's just a pretty face.
Yeah, he had to get some views somehow. So
yeah, no.
So we'll start with Demon Slayer for a reason. Demon Slayer,
enjoyable. I liked it.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was really good.
It was what I expected. The beginning was kind of weird.
Thought it was sort of slow, in my personal opinion.
I mean, I have my own reasons, but the beginning was kind of weird. Like, you kind of have to pick up on the fact that after a certain point, reality is not what it seems.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, if you don't pick up on that, you're going to be lost.
Which like, something's going on here.
Yeah, I was kind of confused, and then I had to confirm. I was like, so this was real, and this was not. And and Dalton, he was on episode 3 or 4. Yeah. Something like that. I think it was actually
It starts off right where season 1 ended.
Yeah, which this is a canon movie, back on the train. That's why.
Yeah, they go on the train and then
Rengoku.
Yeah, you can see one of the Hashira, the Flame Hashira, Rengoku, and
what a guy!
He's so good.
What a guy!
He is so good. I don't know if we tell what happens. It's not a spoiler.
Well, okay, so
this is a surprise for you at the end.
We'll do breakdowns.
Do we break it down this week or break it down next week?
Next week's Marvel. All right, look.
It's already been spoiled on TikTok and Instagram.
We are doing breakdowns on this. We have already established this. So we are breaking down what happens in the movie.
Yeah.
But we also have another movie to cover in this.
Yeah.
So not everything's going to get talked about. So continue at your own, what's the word I'm looking for? Like danger, risk.
Yeah, even watching, like even whatever we say, I would so highly recommend watching. Again, I gave this one my second highest rating. So
yeah, so going off of your rating, I gave it a 2.
Yeah, so definitely I rewatch it in theaters and I buy this movie when it comes out.
100%. But going off of regular ratings, I give this movie 7.5, 8. Yeah. I don't think I go lower than 8. I think is what we said in theaters. Yeah, I think we said 8.
The beginning was the only part that was slow for me.
Yeah, the beginning was just weird. But that's also, like, you have to also account for the fact that, like, my situation, I haven't watched Demon Slayer in 3 months. And even that, I didn't watch the full season. It was just because a buddy of mine was watching it in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, good movie. A lot of good action. There was good storytelling. It sets up for season 3 so well.
It leaves you wanting. We all left the theaters and all I heard from everyone, when
I
season 3
cannot
drop?
wait.
I need season 3.
Yeah, we were even talking about when season 3 is going to drop. 2022, most likely.
That or
Just because we got-
October, November, maybe.
I
Those are
think-
my only 2 thoughts.
Dalton brought up
He had
a
a good point, though.
He dropping a movie and a season
1 year.
in 1 year is just not how anime works. So expecting it in one of the seasons in 2022 is more realistic. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of action. So, like, the beginning, you have a dream scene, and it kind of just fades into it. After that, you kind of see, like, everyone's personalities in their dream world.
It's funny. Inosuke's dream is pretty funny.
Yeah.
You get to see
so,
Zenitsu's as well.
Yeah, so their dreams, you have to remember when you're watching this, their dreams are different than their personalities. So, like, they're trying to be assassinated, or the assassins are trying to assassinate them. And it's essentially, like, you have their dream world because they're asleep and they're dreaming. Yeah. It's not a nightmare, it's a good dream. So this is, like, what their subconscious wants. And then they have to break through to, like, their spiritual core or whatever.
Yeah, they have to go find their conscience, pretty much. And if they stab their conscience in the dream realm, they're done.
So that's when you start getting to, like, the actual character themselves. Yeah. Like, in Inosuke's was pitch black, or was it cave? No, it was pitch black, and they had the boar popping up behind the assassin. Yeah. That wasn't the dream, that was his conscience, like a wild animal chasing this foreign thing. You have Tanjiro's, which was just warm blue sky, like sprites, kind sprites helping the assassin. So that kind of thing.
You can see, like, Rengoku's history a little bit, and
you definitely get to see more about that Hashira in particular.
And the way because we kind of got to speed it up, the way they wake themselves up is that you pretty much have to cut your own head off.
Yes, you have to kill yourself.
So once you do that, you're back in the reality, and you're good to go. You're not going to die from your conscience being stabbed anymore because you're awake.
Which there's a twist in the fight that is subtle, but you have to pick up on.
Yeah.
About that.
But Tanjiro's the first one up, and he's like, I got to find who's doing this. And he starts tracking the demon. He's like, holy cow. He's like, this guy's strong. So the demon's main power is pretty much he's just, like, chanting him to sleep. And he has to keep cutting himself, waking him up. And he's fighting him while fighting sleep, while fighting being paralyzed and everything like that. It's a good fight between them.
He starts to think it doesn't have an effect, and that's when the demon picks up on what's actually going on. You get good story in it. We won't break down the fight scene too much, just because it's really good fight scenes. It's just, they're there to kill the demon. There's a special twist on why the demon's haunting the train, or going after the train. He's there with the specific mission in mind, which you see he's given. Kuzan, I think it's Kuzan.
Yeah, it might be Kuzan.
He gives them that mission at the end of season 2. Really good movie. MK movie.
Wait, stay.
You want to stay?
There's a good fight, and all the fights are good. Once you think the movie's done, it's not done.
Oh yeah,
this is my favorite fight, and I won't talk about it.
No, I don't want to break this down because this was really good.
People pop off, and you're just
it's so good, and it's heartbreaking, but it's so good.
So it's definitely safe. Yes. That's what kept it as a high rating for me.
That final fight, because after a certain point
you don't expect it.
Right, because at first you're just thinking, okay, well, what's the point of having a certain character in the movie? And then you realize, and you're like,
holy cow!
Wow. You're like, sheesh! So keep watching that. Alright,
MK on the other hand.
Okay, look. So,
not bad.
Mortal Kombat. The plot behind it, I liked. It's its own movie. It doesn't strictly follow the games. You're not watching a game you like just put on the screen knowing what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Now, I have a friend who's a big Mortal Kombat fan. He disagrees with me and I guess us on this aspect. I think
casting was our biggest problem.
Casting was my biggest problem.
Yep.
Sub-Zero
didn't do it.
Bad. They did the lizard character. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he has a name, but I'm hoping did him dirty. Who Who's another one? So
Scorpion was good.
I think out of the entire movie, just because all of the other ones
Get over here.
I think all of the other ones, because they require makeup and costume, when it comes to like Cabal and stuff like that, like it's just a face mask. I think Scorpion's like face-wise was probably one of the best castings in there when you get to like an older Scorpion.
I loved Kano.
Acting-wise, carried the movie.
Every time he was on, I was captivated by Kano.
Kano carried
sarcastic, cocky, jerk, Australian accent, fighter. Like anytime he's on scene, I'm watching him.
Sonya Blade was another good one. I like what they did with Jax. Interesting how they show their thing. I can't remember the exact word they use it, but like how they unlock their power. Kung Lao and Liu Kang.
The problem is they were so skinny. We
talked about this during the movie.
They're big guys.
They're shredded. They're shredded. And I'm not going to say they had to get super jacked. Because it's a video game. It's a fighter game. I mean, you know, like, obviously they're going to portray their characters very, like, much more muscular. Yeah. But Kung Lao, or no. Liu Kang. Absolutely shredded. Yeah. Like, my man was 1% flexing on everyone.
His ribs had a six-pack like this.
But, like, he was just so skinny. And, like, I understand muscle is muscle. But, like, Liu Kang, like, he's a big guy. And even Kung Lao. Like, I thought those two were very good castings. Especially just because Kung Lao, I think it is, he has that, like, longer face kind of look. And he was taller. But, like, they're bigger guys. And, I mean, it's not like it's impossible to get big for a movie. Yeah. Like, you're shredded and all, but come on, you got to put on some weight.
I didn't really like Raiden.
No, Raiden was bad. I'm sorry. You can't change my mind. I don't know how my buddy says that he likes the casting, because Raiden was a terrible cast. Yeah. He's not some older, like, you know, all he does is flashes lightning. Like, Raiden's another big guy. Like,
he's
they could have done better with that. So I think something you have to watch out for is the main character you follow is movie original. We were kind of confused.
I haven't seen him. I was trying to think of who he was.
Yeah, he's movie original, and we were kind of stuck on that for a while, which they don't. I mean, they're not going to establish that in the movie. You just kind of have to pick up on that. He is movie original. I like what they did. I like the story behind it. I mean, you can see where they're pulling from the Mortal Kombat plot. I don't think I can give it more than a 7.
If you want my personal complaint, it feels like you're trying to accomplish an Avengers-sized blockbuster in one movie. All these characters and stuff like that coming to compete for
that's what Mortal Kombat is.
But I know that is what Mortal Kombat is.
Right, they're not going to give each of these characters a solo movie. So
I know.
It's hard to kind of like judge it compared to Marvel, just because, these guys aren't going to get a solo movie.
Well, it went from...
I like what they did with the Chosen character, and they're trying to find them. Sub-Zero hunting him down.
It was like a lot happened in a short period of time.
Right, you definitely...
I get you have to do for the movie, I get it.
You definitely get the MK storyline vibes with it being...
Which I love the concept of it.
Right. It's just like, I'm so hung up on the casting. The acting wasn't all that great. There was good acting in it. Yeah. That's why I don't know how... Josh says the casting was great, but the acting was bad. Like, I feel like the acting was better than some of the casting. Like, Sub-Zero, even if they let him grow out his beard, Sub-Zero is not it for me, man. Yeah. Sub-Zero, Raiden, okay, Melina.
The mouth.
What? Yes. What? No. Casting was not it. Yeah, there could have been some better casting calls, honestly. That's just the truth of the matter. That's our opinion.
Like, that's what I think that's well. Chief got that as well.
I can't get past that.
Apparently, there's people who thought it was great. So I mean,
I thought that there was some good points in the movie. I like how they did certain parts. If you know some of the storyline, you can see where they pulled from this and made that their own.
Setting up for a lot more movies.
They made Liu Kang a bit of a loser. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. Liu Kang was never a loser, but they definitely made him a loser in this movie, which I don't appreciate. Yeah, it doesn't get more than a 7.
You
gave it a 3 on your
a
rating.
3 on my rating, so
and
meaning
a
I'm
3
glad.
on your rating is nice.
Meaning I'm glad I didn't go out and spend money on it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that was not something I knew I just knew I wasn't going to go
It
to
was
the theater.
just don't rush to go watch it. If you're bored and you have nothing else, you're good to watch it. Otherwise, you're not really missing much.
Yeah.
But you're not going to really lose that much.
If you're a Mortal
watch it.
Kombat fan,
You
go
probably will
watch
like it.
Go watch it. I just, again, I mean, I hope I'm not the only one that thinks out of us 3, like,
Yeah.
you know, I hope we're not, like, the 1% that think the casting was bad. I'm not saying it's completely all trash. Like, there were good casting.
It's just not what we thought.
Yeah. I mean, even Kano. Like, Kano, you could beg to differ, wasn't a perfect cast.
Yeah.
His acting for the character
I loved
was
it.
amazing.
I loved it.
Kano carried the movie.
I thought he carried the movie as well.
He did. He did such a good job as Kano. Like, I got that self-absorbed, obnoxious.
Bloody fool, how about you?
Yes.
I'm hoping it.
And you know what's crazy is that
You kissed Kano?
only in my dreams.
That boy's sus.
Mortal Kombat outdid Demon Slayer in profit, I think.
Yeah. Maybe it was on. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it was.
I think Demon Slayer was a better movie.
I think it was. If you ask me right now which one should I watch, go watch Demon Slayer.
If you have the entire story for, like, both things, right? And I don't mean the entire story. Like, you don't have to be a geek.
Yeah.
But, like, if you are consciously aware of what's what for both things, which I think I have, having watched the season of Demon Slayer, having known most, like, a good, like, plot and lore behind Mortal Kombat. Like, I was explaining something.
Yeah, I didn't play the games that much.
Like, being able to, like, understand some of that and where they pulled from, I think Demon Slayer is a better movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
With everything pulled together, I do. I think, and Mortal Kombat did a really good job of saying, this is our movie. Like, it's a bloody movie.
Yeah,
like, the first, 5 minutes,
laughing.
you're like, yeah, this is a Mortal Kombat movie. But, no, Demon Slayer is a better movie, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they held true to what they are. Both movies held true to what they are. Both movies did a good job representing their characters, their fights, how they wanted to go about their story. But I think Demon Slayer pulls ahead, and that's mostly just because I can't get over the casting for Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is what it is. That's our thoughts. That's pretty much all. That pretty much wraps it up, honestly.
Yeah, that was that was kind of. We didn't spend like a massive amount of time on it. We kind of were able to hit a lot of our points thoroughly, and just the sheer fact that we're doing the MCU thing next week. That was kind of last minute decided.
Yeah.
But I just think that's going to be better since MCU's got a lot going on this year with their shows, and this will be a good breakdown going into Loki. Just because, we do our weekly breakdowns, but we can only add so much in when we're talking about it as we go.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That about wraps it up. You know where to find us. You know where to follow us. We're going to be streaming a lot of Apex. I've been...
especially with Legacy. Once Legacy drops...
Yeah.
Cheek and Ty's Twitch. There's going to be a lot of it.
Well,
I might even throw some up.
Jim will probably be in there. A lot of arena gameplay breakdown, which Legends use. I'm thinking about a lot of videos I can make to push that out. TikToks as well. Follow a lot of those. And then I'll probably discuss them on the podcast as well.
All right.
Oh, that's all we got. We love you guys. Comment, subscribe, give us a rating. And if you really love us, slap Jimmy and call him a poopy head.
And follow the Instagram. See you guys.
Instagram.